Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back. August 26, 2022. What it do?
What
Friday
it
night.
do?
I hope you made it through the week. Yes. Yes. It's your boy, Cash and Schmitty, back in action. We're going
What's
to give
up,
you,
buddy?
yeah, dude. It's been a week. I know we're just talking about it was a long one. I'm dragging ass, but I really, there's so much to talk about with the preseason wrapping up, and we're gonna give you all kind of like a behind the scenes look of me like swatting flies and all sorts of shit, like oh my god, the elements that we have to deal with on a weekly basis trying to shoot these videos we put on YouTube. It's crazy, but we're gonna give you like a behind the scenes look tonight. It's kind of one of the reasons of this video, and because we wanted to get out a bunch of stuff as well. So welcome back. It's football talk tonight. You're getting the foosball.
Ready to talk
So
footballs? Football season,
oh,
baby.
it is finally. We've made it through the preseason. We didn't really have a lot of casualties along the way. I mean, there's a couple. Really, Blake Bell was the only significant injury, even if you want to call that. But so it looks like the tight end position may be very viable in this offense this year. So we'll see. I doubt it makes much of a difference, but overall, that's the main thing getting through the preseason. Just don't get your guys hurt.
Yeah, and like you said, the tight end position is going to be very important. I think I even picked up Jody Fortson in our draft. Or our league. I don't know why you didn't, but
Dude,
those
I
goal line
completely.
touchdowns, man. Goal line
Well,
touchdowns.
in my thought or in my eyes, like
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I picked up Juju too, man.
that's yeah. I couldn't believe that he was out there. That's kind of ridiculous, but that was a good pickup. But yeah, so we just come off Chiefs victory last night, 17-10 over the Packers. We didn't really see much out of the starters on either side of offense. No Aaron Rodgers, no Mahomes. We've yet to see these guys play. I mean, yeah, it's a preseason game, but oh man, last year when Rodgers had COVID, that just tore my heart out. I've been waiting for years. Those are my teams, Packers and Chiefs, and I don't know if we'll ever see it. I was listening to 610 Sports Radio, WHB Kansas City, on the way home from work tonight. And there was a guy that called in because they were ranking the NFL. What they were thinking the NFL was going to rank the top 10 players. Well, they had Mahomes at 3, Aaron Donald at 2. I mean, after that helmet video, I figured the guy would be number 1. Like, I wouldn't want to fuck with that dude on the field. Jesus Christ, what an animal.
Yeah.
But then they ranked number 1 your back-to-back MVP Aaron Rodgers. And again, this was a ranking of what they thought the NFL.com was going to rank these people. Well, this dude named Chris, and yeah, I haven't talked to him in a while, but my cousin Chris, he lives in Kansas City, and it sounded exactly like him. I tried to call my cousin right after the interview, but he called in basically trashing. How could you put Rodgers up there? And it was hilarious. But I mean, if you're going to start a franchise right now, obviously you're not picking Aaron Rodgers over Mahomes. Aaron Rodgers is at the end of his career, but I was, yeah, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to judge him because he was under Mike McCarthy for so many fucking years, and Mike McCarthy
Right.
is a terrible coach. I can't believe Jerry Jones brought him to Dallas, but that's like the greatest thing ever. The only way it would have been better is if he went to the Browns. Like he feels like he'd be a good fit with the Browns. We got preseason action we're going to talk about tonight. Like we might as well go ahead and pop into that. We were kind of hitting into that, so we'll start the preseason, and then we'll talk about that Miami Dolphins receiver, about his podcast a little bit, huh? I'm excited. I haven't seen any of Tyreek's podcast, so I'm really excited to watch this with you. I like I like you get the natural reactions.
Right.
So it'll be good. But oh man, I don't even we start the 11th. September 11th is that Sunday. There's I don't know the first Thursday night game. There's a game on the 8th. Then we play the 11th, and then play right back on that Thursday following against the Chargers at home. Our first home game. Here we go. Here we go. Jordan Love. if you're a Packers fan, I think you figured out pretty quick if you didn't last year against the Chiefs. You do not want this guy backing up your quarterback. He is terrible.
So we are using that NFL Plus app or log in again here.
Yeah, shout it out. The NFL Plus app. I've been impressed with it so far. I'm really glad that you got this with the package. It's great. It's great.
McDuffie actually gets hurt on this play. Right there, he gets a concussion, or he goes into concussion protocol. So that's kind of one big thing. They were playing the starters early. All the defensive starters are playing. But
yeah, I was kind of surprised. But I mean, it's good. It's a new unit, so I get that you're trying to get some reps. But they've cut several corners. They're pretty confident in the corners that they're keeping right now.
Yeah.
What we got here? Who's making that? If we're watching special teams, someone's making a play.
Sky Moore looked decent returning punts. I liked him over McDuffie. I don't know. I'd rather have Sky back there, I think.
I agree. I hate looking at it this way, but really, as a punt returner, you got to look at it like one way. You have to look at it. Who are you going to be okay with losing more likely to an injury? I think we're better off losing McDuffie or Sky Moore over McDuffie. I hate saying that, but
I don't want to lose either one.
Yeah, no joke. Yeah.
But Sky Moore's a playmaker. He's used to having the ball.
That's true. Yeah, that's true too.
They did a tribute to Len Dawson. I don't know if you saw that.
Yes, I haven't seen it. I heard about it. Hopefully they'll do some more stuff throughout the season. I like to see like a number 16 on the field, or maybe the 16-yard line. The dash is painted yellow and gold. That'd be kind of cool. Yeah. I've heard a couple different things floated out there to kind of honor him, but
they got 16 on the helmets. But
yes.
Well, it's just a tribute to those guys that set the foundation for this organization and for the team. And what a great tribute to Len Dawson as Patrick Mahomes comes off the field.
Backs really showed out in this outing. This last preseason game.
Yeah, they kind of featured Rojo a little bit, and I don't know if that's maybe to try and trade him, to beef up his stock to trade him. I could see them doing that, but he did show out a little bit, him and Pacheco.
Yeah, I don't know if you can even get anything out of Rojo at this point. You might get a late pick or something, but it'd be tough. Oh, that's tough. Hey, Trent Green's still calling games. I like to see that.
Yeah,
I haven't heard a Trent Green call game in a minute.
Him and Ari have been doing the preseason.
Nice. Okay, that's what's up.
That was one drop I saw from Watson.
Justin Watson. Yeah. That's okay. He's made his spot on the team.
Yeah. He's definitely your number 5.
Yeah. One reason why I heard that, the reasoning I heard for him was a lot of special teams play. They think that he could be a decent special teams player too, which makes sense. I mean, really, when you're thinking about that depth, you're thinking special teams and just like different roles they can fit in, I guess. Best way to describe it.
I really think, like me and you have talked about
3 or 4 yard rush.
Me and you have talked about plenty of times playing Madden and whatever else. Once you get inside that 30 to 20 yard line, it's hard to score.
It's tough. A lot less field for the defense to cover.
Yeah, I think they'll use Watson as kind of their vertical threat once they get inside the 30, because he's kind of a little bit taller, but still got speed.
That wasn't too bad of a pass by Henny.
No.
I don't know. There's a couple, how it is, water cooler talk at work. A couple of guys talking garbage. I don't know how he's even on the field. Blah blah blah. Steve Buechele. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Henny's smart, man, and he is.
He's been around the league for a while.
Like having a secondary quarterback coach on the bench for Mahomes.
And he's got experience. If for some reason, God forbid, Mahomes got hurt or had to miss some time or anything, he's got experience out there. I have faith in him running the offense. Do I want him running the offense for a whole season? No, of course not. No one does. That's why he's a
No,
backup. But
for
and
that
this
right
and
there.
see, that's why he's a backup. Right on time. Oh, right down the pipe. Here we go. Oh, I was like, what are we watching special teams for? Who made the play?
Hey, these aren't highlights. I'm just playing the game. I didn't
Oh,
make
yeah.
highlights of this. Yeah.
Toss to the back.
It's like a
Nice.
condensed. It's a condensed thing they do. It's
Okay.
30 minutes long.
Hey, no, that's all right. Yeah, we'll have natural feed and you'll cut it. Like I like this. I like this a lot. Look at this. This guy, he knows what he's doing
Harris.
here.
Yeah, Harris had a decent game from what I saw.
Yeah.
There he is again.
Yeah. Good open field tackles. Stopped the play several times. Nothing flashy, but keeps the ball in front of him.
There he is again.
Yeah, right there.
I think if, for heaven forbid, if like Bolton or Gay or something, I think he
Right.
can fill in for a couple plays.
Yeah, I feel pretty confident in the Chiefs backups. The guys that the positions you really have to cycle out. Like I feel like the linebackers and your line you really cycle out. Those positions. So we're pretty solid at both. I think our defensive line and our linebackers are pretty good. But I think better than they have been in the past couple of years, really.
I feel like every season I've been worried about one phase of our game, like defensive line or linebackers or secondary. And I feel like this preseason, for some reason, I feel like everything's gelled and come together. It's a lot of young players, so I don't know.
What position would you say? What's the weakest link right now?
On defense,
Either side, just overall.
our weakest link is probably our offensive line depth, I think.
You think so? I still think it's running back, even with the
Oh,
Pacheco coming up. Like that's but you're right though, that offensive line depth because what's no shit, I keep wanting to say Kincaid. It's not Kennard. Yeah, he didn't have a good outing this game from what I saw as well. And that may be why you're saying that, but yeah, him, Nick Allegretti, a lot of those guys, yeah, I don't want to see them in the game.
Allegretti's got a decent guard backup, I think.
Yeah.
But we don't have a tackle, we don't have anybody to go in swing tackle, right tackle, left tackle, just to fill in for a series or anything, really.
Right. A lot of pressure on Wiley.
Yeah. Call up Eric Fisher. What's he doing?
Oh no, we ain't that desperate, are we?
Mitchell Schwartz. He just retired last year, right?
Did he?
Bring him back. I don't know.
I didn't know he retired. That's crazy.
Maybe we can pick up somebody at roster cuts, but tackle's pretty.
Here we go. Now here's the guy I really think should be number 2 on that QB depth chart.
I'm 50-50.
Yeah.
I like Henny for his knowledge.
Yeah.
I like Buechele just because I don't want to lose him to another team. I think Buechele is your future backup, but if you don't put him on the roster and put him on a practice squad, he might get stolen.
Yeah. I don't want to discredit the Jets quarterbacks, but I feel like he could walk into the Meadowlands and suit up in that green and white and really give a shot for QB1 with the guys that got in that building right now. Ooh. Yeah.
He had a good game, but he ends up breaking his collarbone, I think, later, like his clavicle or collarbone.
Yeah, if he's out, huh?
Yeah. He was Bell's kind of backup.
Right, which I hate saying it. In the third preseason game, a lot of guys you're seeing at this point, you're not gonna see him again. I don't think that we would have saw Bushman, even if he didn't have a break. It sucks, but I mean,
You may have saw him because of the Bell injury.
Yeah, that would have been the only thing.
If they would have kept 4 tight ends.
There's old Wiley.
How's the Packers?
Oh, Packers? NFC's weak, so they'll be NFC contenders. I mean, NFC North is very, very weak. With the Lions are definitely progressing. Bears still suck, as we saw in the preseason week 1, just terrible. Vikings, Kirk Cousins still their quarterback. They'll go 500. The NFC is just weak, and that's what really sucks. And I hate it about Aaron Rodgers' career. It's not like he was in the AFC, and that's the reason why he hasn't been to any Super Bowls. Like, he's always lost to bullshit quarterbacks, and it's always been the 49ers have haunted Aaron Rodgers from Colin Kaepernick to Jimmy Garoppolo. He lost to a quarterback that may not even be a fucking starting quarterback this year at home. I don't know, man. They definitely didn't get better on offense. You lost the best wide receiver in the league. I think Devontae Adams is by far the best, in my opinion. He's just overall a very skillful route runner. Got some pretty good speed. Got good reach. Great hands. I mean, there's nothing not to like about Devontae.
I agree with you, and we will talk about that in our next video that we will work on.
Oh, yeah, you got something in the making already, huh?
There's a shameless plug here.
Yes. Oh, the cliffhangers, my boy. You're learning. As I stated earlier, I think having a bonehead of a coach really held him back for years. Mike McCarthy is not. I don't know who got in their mind that he's a good coach by any means. Now, I'm not saying I could do better by any means, sitting in my armchair, but
right.
He's just done so many stupid things before. Clock management. People think that Andy Reid is bad at clock management. They have not seen this guy before. I remember watching some
Packers games and McCarthy being an idiot when it came to that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember when Andy, if you remember that was the knock on Andy Reid the first couple years he was in Kansas City, was like clock management bullshit. But no, he may not be perfect, but there's coaches out there with issues. Aren't we glad we didn't shut him out of Kansas City for clock management?
Right. So how'd you start liking the Packers?
So I don't know. Do you consider a 90s kid if you're born in the 90s, or really the generation you grow up in? Because I start having memories where I'm leaning at is 96, 97. I don't really remember anything of the Packers-Patriots Super Bowl. I don't remember the Packers winning the Super Bowl. I remember the Packers losing the Super Bowl to John Elway, and that was just one of the best football games I ever saw.
Yeah.
And Brett Favre, that's why I'm a Packers fan. Brett Favre. He just watching him play, he played the game different than everyone else. He really was a game changer. Now, did he always make the best decisions with the ball? Probably not. I'm pretty sure he may still be the league leader in interceptions, but hey, he was league leader in a lot of different good things too.
Brett Favre invented street ball.
Oh yeah. Yep. Yeah.
You know that they always talk about Mahomes and everybody playing street ball. Brett Favre was like,
right.
That's all he did, but he threw a lot of interceptions that way.
Yeah, and if you think about it, really, I think a lot of it, and yeah, not all of them were great, but he was ahead of his time. Receivers didn't know really, not all. Like, scramble. Don't get me wrong, like he wasn't playing with bum receivers by any means. Like he had some really good receivers in Green Bay during his time. But I mean, not a lot of quarterbacks are doing that, scrambling around the backfield, running one way, running the other, trying to shovel with his left hand. Like people went crazy when Mahomes did that. Brett Favre did it a couple times. It wasn't pretty. No, it was ugly. He had some ugly tosses that way, but no, you're right. He really he made it exciting. Like he just made the game so exciting one way or another. It's he either made the play or he didn't.
Cook gets an interception here. I was trying to watch if it was just really bad throw or if he made a good play. What?
That was a bad throw. He hung it way up in the air. That ball just floats up there into triple coverage. Terrible. And
I mean, it's a good play. It was overthrown a little bit.
there was 3 Chiefs there. It was bad. You can't do that. There we go. See, let's show it again. He sees it the whole time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's bad. What we got here?
Special teams. I think this is Coleman. I was trying to see who it was. Corey Coleman returned the kick.
That was a good run.
Good returns.
Good blocks. Yeah. Like seeing that. I like seeing that.
My brother can bring back out his Jeremy Maclin jersey now. Number 19. Coleman's one of those
Very
bubble
nice.
players. I don't think
Right.
he's going to make the roster.
Yeah. I don't.
Rojo played, man. I mean, looked good, but it's third string.
Right. 6'10", they made a good observation. Rojo hasn't played one snap with Patrick Mahomes. Not one. Not one snap with the starting quarterback. That's I don't know.
Yeah, I like them signing Rojo, and I just felt I don't know. I feel weird about it.
Well,
Like they haven't really played him much, and I feel like
you got to try your options. They don't know what they don't really have much at running back right now. That's why I think they're the weakest. That's the weakest link on the team. Is Clyde's had several years to prove it. He hasn't done it yet. Pacheco's a rookie. You can't put that weight on him. I mean, maybe, but that's still how do you justify the 7th round rookie starting over your 3rd year 1st round pick? It's hard to do.
Yeah.
You just can't. I mean, unless at the first couple games, the only way that happens is if Clyde just comes out and lays a fucking egg and he just puts a big old stinky turd right on the field. That's Pacheco's chance.
Do you try and trade Clyde? No way, right?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. The only issue is, what are you going to get out of him in return? Everyone knows that he's been a bust. No one's seen anywhere. Flashes of good production, but you shouldn't see flashes out of a 1st round pick. 1st round picks you're always supposed to be you're guaranteed this guy's going to be maybe not an NFL stud, but he's going to be a solid NFL player. And I don't even know if we can say that Clyde's been a solid NFL player so far. And it's hard to say that because he hasn't been in the league that long. But granted, the running back position, you're not going to be in the league that long. Even the great ones, besides Adrian Peterson, you're in the league for 8 or 9 years at most anymore. And he's already been a year or 3 years, like a third of a running back's NFL life, basically. He ain't got many years left to prove it.
He's been hurt a lot. Like I don't think he's ever really besides for right after he got drafted. I don't know then, but I don't think he's been 100%. So I don't know.
Yeah. And that's who he is at this point, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's who he's been the whole time. I hate saying it, and I don't want to say that about Juju, but Juju's been kind of banged up for a while now too. And that was the knock on Sammy when Sammy was here. The games that you do have Sammy, he's pretty decent, but bank on not having him at least 6 or 7 games throughout the season.
Look at your boy there. Did you see that?
That little sidearm to the tight end. Oh, the little pitch. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't see that right. I thought that he threw a little sidearm to it. I didn't see that he pitched it forward. Yeah, hell yeah. If they
Man,
didn't
that
make
dude got blown
him
up
have
in the middle.
yeah, that's bad.
Not even touched.
Yeah.
That's
I
why
don't
the
know.
running backs aren't doing very good.
Right. Yeah, I honestly think if they didn't have to have running backs on the team anyway, you probably wouldn't have a running back.
Surprised he has a fullback.
Right.
I like Vienna.
Vienna.
I don't think they plan on replacing him.
You don't think so?
I just think that's the scheme they wanted to go with, speed at that time. Andy Reid's always changing his offense up. They, went speed for a while, and now they're going
Right.
kind of going size now, man. Like bigger receivers, tight ends. I just think you got receivers that will attack the ball. Like, I mean, we've always had receivers that attack the ball, but just bigger catch radius. Like Juju's bigger than Tyreek was. MVS is bigger than
MVS,
Tyreek
yes.
was.
MVS when he catches the ball, man, it's miraculous. He can make hella catches. But then it's just some of his drops too. It's like, dang, dude, how can you make some of the catches you do?
Yeah, I mean, even Watson, I think 6'2", 6'3". You really got McCole for your speed guy. You got Sky Moore for your slot receiver.
They went kind of big on receiver and corners. All the corners they drafted were like 6'2" and 6'3". And I think most
Williams
of those
is big.
corners, yeah, I think they're all going to make the team.
Yeah,
Because they
seventh
cut
rounders,
Baker
16.
and they cut I can't remember the cat's
Lonnie
name.
Johnson.
Lonnie, that's who it was. Yeah, I'll say they cut several of the corners, and yeah, I think all the like the rookie corners, that whole class is going to make it. The only and we figured that going into the third and final preseason game. That's essentially how the fourth preseason game used to be. It's funny how that happens. Now the third preseason game's the irrelevant one. But I hate calling it irrelevant because there is dudes, they're playing for their lives out there, their livelihood. They're either going to make, well, I don't know what the minimum is, like 300,000 or something, but hell, they're not going to make that anywhere else. Let's be honest. They're not going to make that this year if they don't make a team. So it's important to a lot of these guys, as you saw on special teams and some of those third and fourth quarter plays. The reason why you see those dudes playing hard, that's their shot. So I give them credit, but we know these aren't the guys we're seeing in the regular season. It is what it is.
Yeah, and talking to some of those receivers and shit. So who do you got making the team?
As far as the receivers,
yeah,
you got Juju, MVS, McCole, Sky Moore.
Justin
Got
Watson.
those four for sure. Watson be 5. Maybe.
Fountain or Coleman, maybe.
Fountain probably, just because he's going to be a bigger body on special teams. Like I said, you really, when you're talking about depth at that point, you're thinking, who's going to be my better special teams player? A big, fast guy like that, I think you're going to want him over Coleman. So I don't know how you feel about that, but that would probably be the core group that I would go with my receivers. Running back would be the next group. I don't know if they're going to keep 3 or 4. I would assume that they keep 4, but they very well could keep 3. They could just keep. Who would you be? Yeah, you asked me about the receivers. Who do you think they got? What do you think about running back position?
Running backs. I mean, you're going to take Clyde, Pacheco,
Right.
McKinnon.
That's your 1, 2, and 3 for sure.
And then you do count Burton as a running back, maybe. That's your 4. And I don't think Rojo makes it.
Have they already cut Gore? Did Derek Gore get cut yet?
He didn't get cut. He broke his thumb, so they put him on
Okay.
he can't the pup list or whatever.
Like
so he can't
the
come back
first
this
4
season.
weeks. Okay.
No, that Niang's on that where he's out the first 4 weeks. Gore's
All
gone the
right.
whole season.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that that helps Rojo.
Yeah.
Because they probably would have kept Derek Gore over Rojo in all honesty, just because Derek Gore's been within the system longer and he's younger and a little bit fresher. So yeah, you're right. You're definitely right on the first 3. I guess what it comes down to is if they keep 3 or 4 at that position. I guess we'll really have to just jot it down by each position and see how we come up with the final roster. But as far as offense, yeah, that's where the fat's going to have to be trimmed down the most. I would say is that. And then making those last couple of calls on wide receiver. Oh, look at this! Look at this guy doing his homework.
What do you mean we're gonna have to write it down, man?
Show it up there real quick. Yeah, let me read this off. What we got here? Mahomes and Henne just running 2 quarterbacks. You don't think they have 3 on the active roster?
No.
No. Do they usually just run 2?
Yeah.
Probably. Okay.
But that was before Gore got hurt.
Yeah, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you have Fountain like I did as well. Kelsey, Fortson, Graham, Bell.
And Bell got hurt.
Bell got hurt. So you still think they stick with 4 tight ends at that point?
I think maybe if Bushman wouldn't have got hurt, but
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's tough. We'll see. That's really the only things we're going to have going on. It's going to be kind of a blackout the next week and a half until we get to the 8th, that first NFL game. And I couldn't even tell you who the hell it is. I just know that the Chiefs are going down to the desert on the 11th. I know that for a fact.
Arizona and in Arizona.
Yes, sir. Yes. And then followed up pretty quick with the Chargers at home after that. So, do you know who is the NFL opener this year?
I
want to say it's like no, maybe not the Bills. I was thinking it's the Bills and some shit.
I know the Chiefs schedule. That's about it.
Or that's really all that's that's relevant.
Andrew Wiley, but here we go. A look back. Pretty sweet, Trent. You getting out there showing your respect. And then tonight, Patrick Mahomes putting him in the choir huddle.
Well, I can't say enough good things about Len Dawson. And as I said, that team in general, just the foundation they built for this organization is